Hello everyone, I'm Hawk or Kiv, and in this video we're going to be doing a Fact Friday number 4, which is going to be focusing on kangaroos. So I thought I'd, just put a Australian twist on this video, mainly because, I just wanted to do it, and I thought I'd go for something Australian themed this time round. And yeah, so if you have any ideas for a future Fact Friday, let me know in the comment section down below. But anyway, let's jump right into this video. So just talking about the gameplay real quick, it was just a ACOG game on Uplink. It was just a really nice game. I don't use the ACOG too much. I use it every here and there on sniper rifles, but I mainly use it with these crazy sights and stuff. Inferno isn't too bad, but there are some other really wacky sights out there that they're incredibly hard to aim with. So I use them every here and there, but usually I don't use this normal default one. It seems a bit too easy to aim with, although you can get an advantage on people at close range. It does really become inconsistent with the aiming sometimes. So there's a quick tip for you if you want to consider ACOG sniping. But anyway, jumping right into this video, kangaroos are not only native to Australia, but there have also been species found of, I believe, tree kangaroos in Papua New Guinea, which is just above Australia, but still, either way, it doesn't matter. There's still been some species of kangaroos found there. So they're not just native to Australia. They don't only live in Australia. They're also in other places. However, they have been introduced as a feral species in other countries, like, I believe, Hawaii, New Zealand, and Britain. I believe Britain, but yeah, definitely Hawaii and New Zealand. So they are foreign in those countries, but they're I guess you could say a natural/native animal when it comes to Papua New Guinea and Australia. In Australia, I guess you could say we love to shorten things and use slang, so that's why we have lots of names for kangaroos. Now, the adult male kangaroo can be called a buck, boomer, or jack. And a female kangaroo that's an adult can be called a doe, flyer, or Jill. So there's a pretty cool Jack and Jill sort of thing going on there. I've never heard of any other species that has a different, a shortened name being Jack or Jill. So that's definitely pretty unique. And I definitely did know about buck, doe, boomer, and flyer. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know about Jack and Jill. So I guess that's kind of unique and ties in with them or something. I don't know. But why would you call a male kangaroo Jack? I don't know how that exactly came around, but I guess we'll go with it. Young kangaroos are called joeys. That's a pretty obvious one. Just about all people would know that if they live in Australia. If you don't know that, then, well, there's something there for you. And this one I didn't know, even being an Australian, because it's one of those group of animal things. No one really knows that too much. But a group of kangaroos is called a mob. What? Where does a mob come from? I don't know. Maybe some guy who was, naming kangaroos got absolutely beaten to death by a whole bunch of them, and he was like, I just got absolutely beaten up by a mob of kangaroos. So, I don't know, maybe that's what he thought it was, but either way. So, kangaroos are the only large animals that move by hopping. In fact, I don't know any other animal that moves by hopping to start with, so I guess that pretty much makes them the only large one. Along with that, they can't actually move backwards, so I guess that makes sense as well. I never really, took the time to think about this, but if you're a kangaroo and you move forward by hopping, you can't particularly hop backwards. I think it might have something to do with the way their legs are structured. I don't know, maybe it just looks like that. It would be difficult to hop backwards with the way their legs are. But either way, moving on, male kangaroos box each other in play, and I actually saw a story about this in the news. They were doing one of them in a suburban town, I guess. I think that's what happened, but yeah, it was just happening the other day. So they do happen to do that quite often between males when they're either in play or when they're asserting their dominance, or when they're in competition over other females. So they do like to do this little boxing thing a lot, and I guess that's kind of where the kangaroo box with the boxing gloves comes in and stuff. It's pretty famous and stuff, in case you didn't know. Maybe if you don't particularly know too much about kangaroos or see them around, I guess. But yeah, personally, I don't see them too much, unless I actually go see them in a zoo, or if I go to the outback or something, then I'll see them, but most of them are actually inland, not on the coast, so that's why most Australians don't see them every day of their life. But either way, moving on, the powerful hind legs with their sharp, long toenails are a dangerous weapon, and they can actually disembowel opponents if it's other kangaroos or predators like dogs. Kangaroos can jump very high, sometimes 3 times their own height. That is right, I said 3 times their own height. Okay, I didn't even know that they could jump that high. I've never seen a kangaroo jump that high, but that is insane. If I could see one of those things, like a video of it jumping that high, that would be absolutely sick. I've never seen that before in my life, but I guess we'll go with it. I'm not sure if they can do exactly 3 times, if it's like maybe depending on how old they are. If they're a fully grown one, maybe not so much, because they'll end up getting pretty tall, I guess. But, I guess we'll go with it. Maybe it depends on height. So anyway, kangaroos can swim. They actually move their hind legs together on land, but in water they kick each leg independently to swim, so I guess that's pretty cool. I never knew a kangaroo could swim. But basically, moving on to our final fact, there are more kangaroos in Australia than actual humans. That was a 2010 fact, so I'm not too sure about that, and I don't know exact kangaroo populations and stuff, but I never knew that there were that many of them. I know Australia isn't too populated of a country compared to other countries, I guess, like America and stuff, but that's insane. That's a lot of kangaroos still. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed this Fact Friday episode. Leave a like, comment, favorite, and or subscription if you do happen to enjoy it. And I guess I'll catch you all on the next episode. I'm Ace Hawk, or Kiv, and I'm out.